We have got huge WWE SummerSlam card spoilers, plus Roman Reigns' SummerSlam opponent has also been revealed, and an ex-AEW champion is teasing retirement. It's all in the wrestling news right now. SummerSlam is the next stop. Now everybody's heading out of London. They're off to Detroit next in 5 weeks' time for the biggest party of the summer. We already know what most of the card is going to be, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer.
So, according to Uncle Dave, the current plans are Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler.
We talked about that in the other video.
Yeah, not a huge surprise there. Ronda doesn't have that much time on her contract. She is off for a little bit, so that should be good. We got Gunther versus Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship. Again, not a huge surprise. Drew making his presence felt, making his big return to WWE at Money in the Bank. We got Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Again, not a huge surprise. They're going that way with things. That feud is very much continuing. We got Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair. Triple threat action there. What do you make of that one?
I think that seems to be the way that it's going in general. I enjoy Bianca Belair having a ticket to SmackDown and getting involved in what was quite a ropey Asuka Charlotte Flair match, I'll be honest with you.
It wasn't all that, was it?
No, I think a bit of jet lag, maybe a bit of an off night. They can go gangbusters, but on that night they didn't. But Bianca Belair turned up and KO'd everybody almost through the table. A triple threat seems to make a lot of sense there.
Mm-hmm. And we have got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Many people expected to see Brock Lesnar at Money in the Bank. We did not see the Beast Incarnate there. Cody Rhodes instead beating Dom. That's your lot. Everybody was waiting for that music to hit.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the returns that we thought we might see, a lot of people expecting Randy Orton to be coming back soon. Obviously, he's got his new version of Voices. Rev Theory, is that the one? That's floating about the internet if you want to have a listen. So everybody's expecting Randy Orton to come back. People were expecting Brock Lesnar to come back. A fair few expecting Drew McIntyre to come back. We saw that. Not many expecting John Cena, that's for sure. Just for a little cameo. They've got to get to that pretty quick, right? They've got 5 weeks-ish.
Well, Lesnar's set to be on most of the Raws between now and SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they chuck in an extra one and he turns up tonight.
And then Cody wins the third, making it 2-1, right?
There you go.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
There's no mention of Stip here, but I still feel like this needs to be a Texas Bull Rope match.
Yeah, that's the most sensible.
Cowboy,
there will
real
be
cowboy.
one. There will be one, won't there, for sure?
I think SummerSlam's the right place to do it. I think it's a lovely time to do it.
Don't see that very often in WWE.
I think the last Bull Rope match we saw was Dusty Rhodes versus Randy Orton.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Do you remember it was going to be the Rock's gimmick match for a while? There was a school of thought that the Rock was going to have the Brahma Bull Rope match.
Brahma Bull Rope, yep.
There was
that makes
one
sense.
on SmackDown in 1999, and they went, that is works.
No recollection of that.
The Brahma Bull Rope match.
That's not the right match type for Rocky, is it?
No, it's just a pun. I think that was a Vince Russo move, that was. It was just a fun pun name. I'll start with a pun and work backwards.
But there's a big one here, Tom.
There
There's a big one.
Is. It's a massive one. It's a
the
throbbing
big dog.
one.
Can you call him the big dog still? He wouldn't like that, would he now?
Well,
if you call him a big dog now.
I think if you call him a big dog, I think he would be receptive to it. I think if you called him a little dog, he'd be annoyed. Call him a cardboard box dog, and then he's dancing.
Roman Reigns. Plans for SummerSlam. According to Dave Meltzer, we are expecting to see Roman Reigns defend the Universal Championship against Jey Uso. Roman Reigns, of course, being pinned for the first time since 2019. Yeah. Am I right? Yeah, Baron Corbin.
Cheers, mate. Corbin's crying.
Weird. So Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. It's going to be fantastic, man. That was such a slow build. That match at Money in the Bank for the first 10 minutes, I was like, they said this was going to be really brutal. And you've got to be patient with all the Roman Reigns matches. They all start like that. There's always rest holds and trash talking, and then all of a sudden you're on this incredibly emotional journey. And I think Money in the Bank match is the best example of that ever. What a match it was.
It's a bit like Roman Reigns matches are a bit like when you've been away on holiday and you turn the water heater back on for the first time. Like, it takes ages, and all you want to do is just get on with it. But after a couple of hours, once it's nice and hot, you're in the bath, you feel good.
Yeah. Would he mind you calling him the water heater?
I think he'd prefer that to a big dog.
Yeah, fair.
I think. But the ending of that match, even Triple H with his glasses on, bless him, went cinema. Yeah, and even he knows it. He knows it. And I think this lends itself perfectly. It writes itself, as Ross would say.
Yeah.
It writes itself. I don't see Jey winning, but I see Jey giving him a flipping good run for his money.
Yeah, totally. I can't wait. It's just It's the best long-term storytelling potentially ever in WWE. I'm talking about a multi-year deal. You don't see that very often, and you rarely see it done as effectively and as brilliantly as this. It's a genuinely brilliant time to be a wrestling fan. There's so much out there, so much for everyone, and this is my favorite thing in wrestling.
Still got the hangover from Money in the Bank over the weekend. Interviews with the stars of WWE. Ross and Fraser got to catch up with them. You'll see on the channel throughout the week. The WTF moments from Money in the Bank, you'll see popping up a little bit later on today as well. And how about 10 people who held the Money in the Bank briefcase the longest?
You've probably not watched it, right? Top of your head, who is it?
I'm going to say it's Carmella.
You're correct.
Yes!
Well done.
Yes! I watched.
It's mad because, like, everybody else who has held that briefcase on the female side of things has not held it nearly as long as Carmella. So, EO, hold on to that for dear life.
As of now, EO is the second longest Money in the Bank briefcase holder.
Shambles!
Shambles, isn't it?
So bad.
Now, I saw the video. Speaking of seeing our videos, off-piste slightly, I lovely message from my brother last night saying, hey, have you seen this? And it's a documentary on the history of The Undertaker of Mankind's Hell in a Cell match. So, yeah, we made it. That's us.
Oh, that's cool.
Fair play, lads. I didn't do anything to it, but other people did. But go count down the 10 who've had it for a while on the YouTube channel, this YouTube channel right now. Trademark news.
WWE filing for terms, including a ring name. You're going to have to help me with this second one, but this first one I'm livid about. They've trademarked Zeus. Tom Lister. What the hell? There's a new Zeus coming. It's a great ring name. Crap wrestler, obviously, but it's such a good ring name.
I wanna be a part of it. New Zeus, new Zeus.
How do you pronounce that second one? Nyx.
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 No, I believe it's. See, the thing is, I'm sure Nyx is a makeup brand. I'm sure it is.
Nyx?
If Alex was here, she'd know. I think it's Nyx, NYX. It could be New York Exchange.
Could be.
It could be a faction of New Yorkers. New York Exchange. I'm walking here is their catchphrase. That's could be.
Yeah, could be.
It's gonna be, you cowards.
Zeus and Nyx.
Zeus and Nyx. They might not be together. They might be separate things that they've just trademarked.
Oh yeah.
They might be two different things, but the return of Zeus. It could be. Dab. It could leave that in. That's funny. It could be.
There's nothing funnier than somebody going, I'm funny.
I'm funny. I'm a really funny man.
I did a funny. Subscribe.
Now, Zeus, it could be that they're renewing the trademark for something they've got planned regarding No Holds Barred or the Zeus character.
Yeah, that might be. It
Possibly.
would be weird to have another Zeus, but maybe enough time's passed that they think they can get away with it.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think NYX or Nyx. I think that'll be a faction.
Yeah, sounds more like a faction.
It should be a faction.
It's all in caps as well.
Yes, all caps. Just remember. Now let's talk Sting. There was some conversation about a big show taking place in Jerusalem. We've got some confirmation of that now.
Yeah, House of Wrestling breaking the news that Sting is going to be a special ambassador for the Global Pro Wrestling Summit event on Thursday, September 14th. Have a good time if you're going. The event, organised by All Stars Israel, also featuring some really, really big names. You got Rob Van Dam in there, Ultimo Dragon, El Hijo del Vikingo, Frankie Kazarian, Davey Boy Smith Jr., Paul London, and Oleg Prudius, aka, and I didn't know he was going by that name. This is news to me, Vladimir Kozlov.
Do you remember that picture that turned up a few years ago where he looked like the loading screen of GTA 5?
If he had looked like that when he was in WWE, like that right there, if he had looked like that in WWE, I think his career would have gone a very different way. Look at him. He's been in Impact recently, hasn't he? Been doing stuff with Santino. Popped up very, very briefly. He didn't have a run. He
didn't have the run, which is good. So now also here's an interesting thing about this. A few months ago, over the last few months, on and off, there's been speculation about Goldberg doing a series of retirement events, and one of them he talked about being in Jerusalem. Do we see Goldberg popping up here?
Yeah,
more
quite
spearing you.
I mean, the money on these shows is absolutely huge. Who do you have him go against? Frankie Kazarian. That's the retirement match.
Just Goldberg Sting.
I assume he's not wrestling. If he's announced as special ambassador, they're not going to get him doing anything, are they?
Goldberg versus Oleg Prudius.
Paul London.
Paul would sell the spear.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. I love
My
Paul
boy
London.
Paul would sell a spear. Like,
Seriously underrated. Seriously underrated.
keep an eye on that one. We'll end on some news regarding an ex-AEW champion who looks like they might be done. Or at least they're teasing it.
Maybe. Jade Cargill responding to a fan who basically said, "Hey, Jade, we miss you. Are you coming back soon?" And she went, "No." That's literally it. No. And then she posted some photos on the Hollywood Unlocked red carpet with the caption, "Outside the wrestling bubble is nice. I might stay." I think her break is coming at a really, really nice time in her career. A lot of people said that the reign went on too long, or at least became too samey. It was always a foregone conclusion that Jade Cargill would retain, and things heated up a little bit with Valkyrie. But Chris Statlander, the right woman to beat her. And maybe they would have done it sooner had Chris not been away for so long, I guess. But actually, I think she's going to come back, and I think she's going to be a super great babyface. She isn't done with wrestling. She's taking the piss here. But when she does come back, I think she's going to be fantastic. She has got unbelievable star power.
Fan sentiment to her online has been really weird because there's been so many people that have been against everything that she's done and untrained, unprepared, not good enough. And then the first thing I saw on this tweet of hers saying like, "Oh, outside the wrestling bubble's good, I might stay." Somebody replied, "Don't forget AEW made you. Don't forget that." As if now people have gone, "You're rubbish. You're rubbish." No, come back so you can tell. So we can tell you how rubbish you are. Don't leave. Come back so we can tell
People
you
are
again.
weird.
I think she's great. I'm with you.
I really like her.
$1 million.
Yeah, I think she's a big deal in the making. Get in there already.
10 low Jade Cargill, 20 print money, 30 go to 10. That's an old coding joke, that
That's
is.
good.
Thank
Pascal.
you. Pascal.
It wasn't Pascal.
He was a good actor in that thing. Well,
I'll do the outro. I think we'll leave it there.
Pedro Pascal. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day.
We used to have chemistry, Tom.
And now we have geography on a Monday morning.
Hey, he's funny. Subscribe.
We'll have more wrestling funnies throughout the day at cultaholic.com.
Nothing to top that. See ya.
Love you, bye.